Hey friends, I wanted to talk a little bit about the moon because with all the other excitement, I feel like I've been leaving her out, but not at all, not because I've not been like feeling all the big energy, the big shifting. Some of you may know that this new moon I committed to forgiving the period of my time connected to like my maidenhood, basically connecting that to the first day that I got my period up until my very last period. Um, and just forgiving that whole entire time, all of the shame and guilt and regret and oh gosh, the list. But the point is, this whole where are we at? I guess we're almost mid moon, and now it's time for me to begin shifting. Like, I've been acquiring all of these downloads and um, bits of information and feeling out some processes, discovering things about how I can actually do this. Turns out this was deeply connected to the feeling and emotion anger and how I was processing and not processing that in my body, allowing and not allowing, and how it actually became something that I was ashamed of and didn't feel deserving of by being angry because it was uncomfortable to others. And this is not because others necessarily did this to me, but over time and collected like responses to sharing whatever it was that I shared and taking it personally, the feedback, I conditioned myself to perform that way. And I started reaching to other people for not only affection and reassurance, but it ultimately became the only way that I knew that I was being a worthy being or worthy of love or any of those things. Like, I really felt pointless. Um, and all this was pre yoga and most certainly pre discovering God. I did have a sense of the universe and a law of attraction, but only scientifically, not at all spiritually. So all of that it was a lonely process to not have those things now that I have that help me get through these things that I kind of wasn't sure how fast or slow this was going to go. But I feel like we've done amazing progress and uncovering and unraveling and just allowing. I think maybe that's why we've saved it for this last part. Maybe not last. We know it's not the last. But, as far as like when you feel a sense of a graduation, even in yourself, I've been feeling that big time the past couple of days. Like, this hook with the anger was the nugget that literally all of my guides have been screaming at me to like notice. Literally, just notice. You don't have to fix it, Nancy. Just recognize it and allow it to exist. Honor it. And then after you can let that be, then being soft about it will allow the information. And every single time in this past couple of days, it's been, I mean, the gifts from allowing my anger and by processing it, not by reacting, just noticing in my body, ooh, across my shoulders, heavy in my chest. I did not like this. This would be a response. These little subtle to myselfs. Because this isn't about fighting other people and not taking responsibility. This is absolutely taking responsibility for your whole self and your anger. And I think for anger, it was my last nugget of not taking responsibility. Like, well, if he wasn't doing this, I wouldn't be angry. If you weren't feeling that way, you wouldn't be angry. He may or may not still be doing this, but you were feeling angry because you were choosing to feel angry, choosing to allow it, choosing to feel it, choosing to reach for it, and remind yourself every day it's your choice. And I choose to get off of that bus. It has been fun. I'm over it. I've built the bridge through the heart chakra, which leads me to the chakras. I also was starting, I don't remember where I shared it because it was in the new moon, and the new moon's kind of like, see my eyeballs and they're like blanky. Like, don't they got weird glare right now? I don't know. It looks weird from here. That's how the new moon is. It's like, well, we got all this possibility. especially with this moon, especially after I fucking burned in my leg. That was supposed to be a tree. Turned into my first period. What the fuck was that? Anyway, I let that be because that's what I needed to do. I am also thankful that I have processed this and it is almost off of my leg. I feel that by the time it is over, I will have let it be. And going on, the first affirmation I was working with doing this healing for myself, because I always like to have words with movement. Pretty much it just helps me remind, like acronyms for people that do reading and letters. That's what it is for me in my body. I also wanted to share how I am playing with this new affirmation, this leveling. I'm saying leveling up, but it's kind of leveling down. At our new moon, we started working with the heart chakra and opening up that love, forgiveness space for all the people that I thought I blamed. Blah, 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 blah. What did I say? Full and total forgiveness. No tag backs. No loopholes. All forgiven. How fucking free am I? And I've been doing the work to solidify that notion. You know, I've been praying and walking and listening. I've been sitting with my anger. I've been listening to the anger and deciphering the parts that want to be heard. And funnily enough, like, it's literally like gentle. Maybe I won't be an angry person after this. I mean, maybe that's the point, is I'm just like literally feeling the blip, and like, it sounds weird, but as a person who's practicing tuning her frequency because I want to be magical, it's not weird. It's awesome. Anyway, so the first moon was heart chakra, and the first words were, I like the idea of feeling safe in my body. That was a safe enough wording for me to build a bridge from here to forgiveness of here. Here, I've been also calling this womb space. There's a lot going on here. This work for me, I told everyone in our self-love island that this whole year I'm going to try and be as in the moment, real time as I can. So as I'm learning this intuitively, I may be thinking it's one thing, and if you guys were around for the St. Teresa, we went through so many Teresas. I'm finally I figured it. I think that I got the right Teresa. Little Flower is the one that I'm actually trying to get, not Mother Teresa, not Saint Teresa, not the one of Calcutta, or the one, forgive me. I had noted which Saint Teresa felt very prominent, and I remembered Little Flower because that's easier than which Saint Teresa spelling for the dyslexic. We're gonna go with Little Flower for 100, Bob. Okay, we're back. So heart chakra, that was my wording, that was my bridge with my wording, and this movement of, we danced around the fire. I threw my dress in the fire. It made more smoke. My friends helped me burn it some more. It was amazing. We had a Pantone plan. It was all great. And that was me transmuting and allowing the movement for that bridge. That was me saying, it's on, like Donkey Kong. My memory is running out again, but I'm going to show you this quick meditation process. I like to call this my walking focus wheel, a process I sort of absorbed from Abraham, my favorite law of attraction, self-love guide teacher. And basically I just walk with the words. So I start here. If you have my little yoga mat set up, and basically I would walk across the room when I do this, but I feel like the yoga mat kind of gives you an idea of the steps. And today my words are, it feels good to be safe in my body. It feels good to be safe in my body. It feels good to be safe in my body. It feels good to be safe in my body. It feels good to be safe. You get the idea, right? I'm out of time. I'll be back.